Welcome to our weekly discussion of all things current in California politics. I'm Walt Gray. This week, we're joined by reporter Emily Hoeven, a political expert for CalMatters.org. Emily, the latest thing is the Omicron variant of COVID. How is that affecting California? Is it more of a wait and see?
Yeah, I think it's sort of going to be a wait and see period for California at this moment. A lot remains unknown about this variant, but the fact that the U.S. has closed its borders to some countries in Southern Africa, I think that has some experts a bit concerned that could further impact, certain businesses in California and just kind of hamper that economic growth. But when it comes to COVID itself, the state is ramping up testing of COVID-19 at airports that are treating some of those, that are serving some of those travelers from Southern Africa. And we have a bunch of researchers at different universities around the state trying to sequence those variants and figure out if it's here present in the US and in California. So at the moment, we're kind of in a holding pattern. And it will be interesting to see, once more data emerges on this, how the state plans to, address it and tackle it.
So we're changing gears completely. Crime has been a big topic of conversation of late. We've seen a lot of smash and grab robberies at high-end stores that we hadn't been seeing. What's going on with that? And is this all part of the under $1,000 is a misdemeanor for a penalty?
Yeah, the rise in smash and grab robberies, I think, is going to be something that's going to be a huge issue in the 2022 elections. It's interesting because there have been a lot of these robberies going on for a long time, of cannabis shops in particular, which often deal just in cash. And then now with these high-end stores kind of coming into the scene around the holiday season, there's really been a lot of uproar around it. And there are a lot of different theories as to what's causing it. Some are speculating that it's because of a ballot measure Californians passed that, kind of downgraded that type of theft to a misdemeanor instead of a felony. And then other people are saying, it's because of the pandemic and people are restless and people have easier access to guns and different weapons that a lot of these robbers are having in these thefts. And then other people are just thinking that, now that different cities are seeing this uptick in holiday traffic, maybe it's a better time to go in there. And the state is responding by having more California Highway Patrol officers around these highly trafficked retail stores, and local governments are also ramping up their police presence, which is, very interesting because last year, many of these same cities were actually slashing funds from their police budgets. But we're seeing Oakland and Los Angeles say, okay, not only are we going to put more money into that, we're going to actually reverse the cuts we had last year and build new police academies to get new recruits. So it's going to be a very big issue in California.
Yeah, you're right. You touched on an interesting point. A year or so ago, people were talking about defunding at least parts of police budgets. And now with the uptick in crime, as many predicted, they are now putting more money back in. So you mentioned a few ways about how the state may be cracking down on this. The Sacramento County DA, who is also running for AG, has said that California does have a big problem here.
Yeah, Anne Marie Schubert, who is a Sacramento County District Attorney, she has leveraged some of these recent upticks in robberies to promote her own run for Attorney General. She is running as an independent, but she has a lot of appeal and she has a lot of different things on her side because she was she prosecuted the Golden State Killer and other notorious California murderers. And she actually recently launched a sort of true crime podcast where she's talking about some of those cases. And I think that, Attorney General Rob Bonta, who was appointed by the governor, is going to have to, take some steps to crack down on that and defend his record in next year's election.
Emily, thank you. CalMatters is a nonpartisan news organization explaining California policies and politics. Find their work at CalMatters.org. You can also sign up for Emily's newsletter there.